There a fighter in the world that can beat Bud Crawford? I ain't came across him yet. Everything happened for a reason, and I truly and firmly believe the reason for me to be in this situation right now is to become 3-time undisputed champion of the world.
I'm here in boxing to make history, and winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot, and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
Whenever I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be.
The recent face-off between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Canelo Alvarez delivered pure boxing theater. The atmosphere was electric, the tension thick, and every glance carried a message of war. For fans and analysts, this wasn't just another promotional face-off, it was a symbolic clash of two legacies hurtling toward collision. Canelo, Mexico's undisputed superstar, openly admitted that Crawford...
No, he's one of the top fighters I'm gonna face in my career for sure. He's a great fighter. But I have many great fights in my career.
Might be one of the toughest opponents of his career. But he also made it clear that respect won't matter when the bell rings. For Alvarez, experience, raw power, and unshakable composure have always defined his game. Across from him, however, stood a fighter many consider the most technically gifted boxer alive. A man with...
How do you see that fight? Who do you like?
Terence. It's
Wow.
my friend, but it's crazy, man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence is different man. Terence work on две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right. And
Right.
switch hitter.
Yes.
He's a switch
Yes.
hitter.
Yes.
Yes.
Right and left. But it's
razor-sharp timing, surgical precision, and a ring IQ bordering on genius. Crawford's ability to systematically dismantle opponents has become his trademark, but against Canelo, that mastery will face its most dangerous test yet. What unfolded at the face-off wasn't just tension, it was the promise of a coming storm that could reshape boxing history, adding fuel to the fire. Reigning heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk, a master of defying odds, weighed in after witnessing the explosive encounter.
There to talk about. You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. You know, that goes to show, you know, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, you know, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, you know, all these things that all the media said I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, you know, need all the help that, you know, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, you know, after, you know, September 13th, there would be no excuses.
Usyk's respect for Crawford was clear. He praised Bud's rare ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw, a skill set so unpredictable it could trouble even a seasoned veteran like Canelo. For Usyk, Crawford's adaptability combined with his sharp ring intelligence makes him a nightmare opponent.
It has to be all at Canelo's rate and pace. He's not going to get that way with Terence Crawford. I just think Terence Crawford will outwork him, will pot shot him, and I think he'll win on points. And by the way, if I'm wrong and Canelo does defeat Terence Crawford as the first man to beat him, he deserves so.
This isn't just a fight of power versus skill, Usyk warned. It's a battle of timing, rhythm, and intelligence. Crawford knows how to read fighters. He will frustrate Canelo. Coming from a fighter who has outmaneuvered some of the sport's best, Usyk's words carried serious weight. Crawford wasted...
Well, one, do you think if Canelo loses, it hurts anything to his legacy?
No, Canelo's an all-time great. He's an incredible fighter. And look, I actually think this is a bad fight for him because you're losing to a 147, obviously 154 now. But the money's the money, and he was never going to turn.
No time adding psychological pressure. After reports surfaced that Canelo had been sparring with elite partners to prepare for the bout, Crawford mocked him with a sly grin. If I'm too small or untested like they say, Crawford smirked, why does he need all this help? The remark was a cutting shot aimed at embarrassing Alvarez, painting him as overthinking and even insecure. For Crawford, confidence isn't just a trait, it's a weapon, and he wields it as skillfully as his jab. Former cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew didn't mince words either. Firmly in Crawford's corner, he predicted Canelo's measured, methodical style would be his undoing. Canelo won't survive against that speed, sharpness, and relentlessness, Bellew declared. For Bellew, Crawford's ability...
Terence Crawford, pound for pound, number 2 probably, and Alexander Usyk number 1.
Ability to control distance and pick his shots makes him the favorite. He envisions a points victory with Crawford frustrating Canelo from bell to bell. Promoter Eddie Hearn, while acknowledging the massive financial stakes, took a more cautious tone. He warned that if Canelo loses to a naturally smaller man, even one as exceptional as Crawford, it could harm his legacy. This isn't just about money, Hearn said, it's about pride and reputation. Canelo has always chased greatness, but Crawford's momentum is undeniable. This might be a gamble he regrets. Usyk echoed those sentiments, suggesting Canelo could be walking into a trap. From the first round, he will see things he's never seen before. Usyk predicted, underestimating Crawford's craft is dangerous. Crawford's longtime
nutritionist, everything got to, like I said, hitting on all cylinders. So by the time you step in that ring, it's easy picking.
Now, you mentioned an interesting thing in an interview with one of our
trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre provided insight into their strategy. He admitted the opening rounds might be competitive, but emphasized Crawford's gift for adaptation. Once Bud downloads Canelo's rhythm, the fight flips, Bomac said with confidence. He hinted at a tactical plan designed to neutralize Alvarez's power and pace. For Bomac, this fight isn't just about victory. It's about making a statement. Canelo can't impose his power for 12 rounds. He added, if Bud survives the early storm, it becomes one-sided. Bomac also praised Crawford's laser focus, dismissing any notion that Canelo's mind games would have an effect. Bud is built different, he said.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terence because Terence will fight the way that he's used to fighting. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're going to fight. And
he's unfazed. This is just another challenge. Former world champion Duke McKenzie applauded Crawford's fearlessness. Jumping 2 weight divisions to fight a powerhouse like Canelo would intimidate most fighters, but not Bud. McKenzie argued that the move could actually enhance Crawford's power while maintaining his speed, making him even more dangerous. This will be a high IQ battle. McKenzie said, Crawford will control the pace, frustrate Canelo, and rack up points over 12 rounds. As fight night draws near, opinions remain divided. Some believe Canelo's experience and strength will overwhelm the smaller man. Others see Crawford's adaptability and intelligence as the deciding factor. One thing is certain.
Give weight away, okay? But there's not a difference in class, in my opinion, in this fight. Canelo is not head and shoulders above Crawford in terms of class. If there is a class difference, it'll be in Crawford's favor. I think Crawford's much more class.
The face-off was just a glimpse of the psychological and tactical war to come. With Usyk's ominous warning, Bellew's bold prediction, and Bomac's quiet confidence, the stakes have never been higher. In the end, this isn't just a fight for belts or money. It's a battle for legacy. One that could forever change the careers of both men and the landscape of boxing itself. Crawford's power could be the factor that catches Canelo off guard. While Canelo's chin is known to be granite, no fighter is invincible. Boxing analyst Stephen Breadman Edwards emphasized that Crawford's precision punching combined with his seamless ability to transition from defense to offense makes him dangerously unpredictable. One clean exchange could change everything. Edwards warned, suggesting that a perfectly timed shot could shift the fight in Crawford's favor. Heavyweight contender
from the very beginning of the fight.
You think you can hurt him?
Yep. Anybody could be hurt in the fight. Canelo got a great chin though, but anybody could be hurt on any given night. Don't ever think a guy can't be hurt.
Jarrell Big Baby Miller went all in on Crawford. He believes this fight isn't just about skill, it's about hunger. Canelo's fighting to protect his reputation, Miller said. Crawford's fighting to prove he's the best in the world. That hunger is dangerous. Miller predicted that Crawford would set traps early, control the distance, and force Canelo into uncomfortable exchanges from the opening bell. While he respects Canelo's legacy, Miller sees Crawford's current form and mindset as virtually unbeatable. Former world champion Carl Froch perfectly summed up the stakes. "This is a monster fight." Froch declared, "It's about legacy, not belts." He framed the matchup as the ultimate clash of styles. Precision versus aggression, intelligence versus raw power. Froch highlighted the high stakes. One man risks his undefeated record, while the other risks his hard-earned reputation. The winner.
Who do you think's going to win that?
I'm pulling for Crawford in this one. I think people underestimating his strength right now and his size. And I think he's a little more hungry than Canelo. So let's see though. But I like both guys, but I'm more a little closer.
Froch said, carves his name into boxing history. Legendary fighter Roy Jones Jr. offered his unique insight. While he deeply respects Canelo's skill, Jones believes Alvarez cannot try to outbox Crawford. Crawford's ring IQ is superior, Jones explained. If Canelo tries to outthink him, he'll lose badly. But if he turns it into a war, he has a chance. For Jones, the fight's outcome depends as much on mindset as it does on physical skill. Trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas didn't hold back. "Canelo might be great," he said, "but Crawford is special." Atlas praised Crawford's willpower, adaptability, and ability to rise when the stakes are highest. He even hinted that Canelo may be slightly overrated, especially against a master strategist like Crawford. "This is mental warfare," Atlas stressed, "and Crawford thrives when everything's on the line." Commentator Joe Rogan highlighted the
coming up to 168 to take on Canelo Alvarez. It really is one to look forward to. It's a monster fight. But is this the biggest fight in boxing? I mean, it's a big fight, isn't it? Would you say that Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford's the biggest fight? Two of the biggest names in boxing, that's for sure. And Terence Crawford's unbeaten. Obviously, we know what Canelo Alvarez is all about. We know what he's done. If he retired tomorrow, then he'd go down as an ultimate, like one of the best to ever do it. And so he's big. I mean, what you've got to try and compare.
Incredible preparation both fighters have undergone. He explained that success at this level isn't just about natural talent, it's about perfecting every detail. Rogan believes Crawford's laser focus and discipline give him a slight edge, while Canelo faces the greater challenge of adjusting to Crawford's speed and unpredictability. This fight will come down to preparation, adaptability, and mental toughness. Rogan concluded, leaning slightly toward Crawford. The stage is set. The face-off tension still lingers. Crawford's speed, IQ, and adaptability will collide with Canelo's power, experience, and pride. If Crawford wins, he cements himself as the undisputed pound-for-pound king. Once-in-a-generation talent. If Canelo triumphs, his legacy grows even larger. His reputation as a fearless warrior reinforced.
Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man, he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best.
This isn't just another fight, it's a career-defining battle. A war of styles, wills, and legacies. On fight night, there will be no excuses, only answers. The only question that remains: who will walk out victorious when everything is on the line?